Fellas, right now might be a great time to pick up a brand new OLED display, especially if you've been waiting for a great deal, as it looks like over the holiday weekend there's going to be some huge discounts, especially on some specific LG OLED models. However, there are also going to be some discounts on some Samsung OLEDs as well. So it looks like it's going to be the year of the OLED as prices continue to come down. And there's one that's so good, guys, that I just had to bring this video to you, as I do think it will be selling out very shortly, and I don't want you guys to miss out, because if I was in the market for a TV right now and I was able to save $1,000 or possibly even more on a really good OLED TV, I would certainly want to hear about it. Now, I do want to let you guys know that this video is not sponsored by LG or Samsung or any type of display manufacturer. However, if you do choose to pick up any of the displays that I go over today, I would highly appreciate if you use the affiliate links in the description below and pinned comment, not only for your convenience, but it also does give the channel a kickback, which can help me fund future reviews. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at these OLED display discounts, starting off with the LG G3, as yes, they are indeed giving $1,000 off on select models. Now, this is pretty crazy, guys, because the LG G3, yes, it's not their latest and greatest G4 model, and yes, the G4 definitely does improve, especially when it comes to gaming, thanks to the higher color brightness in game mode, as well as the 144 Hertz. But when it comes to just watching movies and things like that, it is, I would say, probably going to be pretty close, almost toe-to-toe with the LG G4, and that is high praise, guys, as when I take a look at all the TVs that I've reviewed so far this year and last year, I am heavily leaning towards potentially the G4 being the best display you can buy in 2024, and not just in terms of TVs, but monitors as well. It is just an absolutely fantastic display. So to have anything come even close to that, let alone go pretty much toe-to-toe with the G4 for a far lower price, is very impressive. And this was the deal, guys, that really got me to make this video, as when we take a look at the 77-inch and the 65-inch sizes for this display, you'll see that not only are they at a huge discount, but you might even be able to apply an even further discount by using a code I'll have in the description below. I've heard some say that it works, some say that it doesn't, so you will want to try it on various different models to see if you can get an additional potentially up to 15% off. But let's take that closer look. So here you can see the 77-inch LG G3 is indeed already $1,000 off. And again, if you can take potentially another 15% off of that, that's a pretty good price for a 77-inch coming from LG. Yes, it's not Quantum.OLED, but it is MLA OLED, which means it is going to be a significant improvement over regular WOLED when it comes to the viewing angles as well as the brightness. It's just a way better revision on WOLED, and I still do think that WOLED can come ahead in certain areas. Especially, I do like LG's tuning of their filmmaker mode. I think that their processing is also ahead of Samsung as well. So there are certainly some great reasons to go for LG, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it just works. I never have black screens, I never have weird issues, they don't break things with firmware updates. LG is that brand that you go to if you want to buy something that just works and you don't have to fiddle around with it. And for that, I love them, and that's why I still love the LG G3. But the 65-inch here, guys, I think is even crazier, as not only is it also $1,000 off, and overall, I think better value than the 77-inch. But again, if you can also take another 15% off of this, that would be a pretty crazy deal for a 65-inch LG G3. This is the deal. If you can snag this, guys, I would highly recommend picking this up. You are going to love this TV, especially for when it comes to watching movies and TV. This is just going to be the one to get. However, if gaming is your primary concern, it may be worth jumping to the LG G4, or maybe even the C4 or S90C, as some of those TVs can have the higher 144 Hertz refresh rate or higher color brightness depending on the model. So let's do just that. Let's start off with Samsung with the S90C. Yes, they have the S90D out, but I just don't think that it's much of an improvement over the S90C. And in some cases, it seems like the tone mapping, when I last saw some videos over on YouTube, could be a little bit wonky at times, which is why I'm still recommending the S90C. The 83-inch is sitting at apparently $2,400 off. Now, do be aware, I believe the 83-inch is regular OLED, so that is not going to be the Quantum.OLED. However, the 77-inch and below are Quantum.OLED. That's sitting at apparently $1,300 off, $1,000 off the 65-inch, and $600 off the 55-inch. Although these deals, I have seen them before around this price, so while this is a great price, it's probably not going to be an all-time low. So let's move on back to LG with their C-Series TVs, as they have gotten some substantial price cuts. And yes, these are not MLA. However, the C-Series, I think, is probably the largest improvement that we've seen to WOLED in a very long time, especially when it comes to brightness. And again, you do get the 144 Hertz, just like the S90C and the G4. And here you're going to be getting apparently $400 off the 83-inch at $5,000, which is very expensive. The 77-inch is certainly better value, coming in at roughly $3,000. That's around $700 off its original price. The 65-inch, around $2,100. I think this is probably going to be one of the better deals out there as well. This is around $600 off the original, $2,700, $400 off the 55-inch for the LG C4 as well, coming in at around $1,600. But you guys might be interested in the 48-inch and the 42-inch. The 48-inch is $300 off right now at $1,300, and the 42-inch is $300 off right now at around $1,200. And I gotta say, this 42-inch TV is going to be, I think, one of the best monitors that you can buy in 2024. It is typically brighter for games than the Quantum.OLED options on the market, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that 42-inch size and the fact that it can be calibrated far, far better than the Quantum.OLED monitors that I've had my hands on so far, making this a really, really great option for gaming. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the LG G4. This is, again, in my opinion, probably the best TV or display in general for anything you could possibly do, at least from what I've seen so far in 2024. Now, the 83-inch is very, very expensive, but it did get a $200 off, bringing it from $6,500 to $6,300 roughly. 77-inch, certainly a better deal here, guys. $4,300 roughly with a $300 off. 65 inches around $3,000 with $400 off. I think this is probably the best deal for the G4 right here is on that 65-inch. And then the 55-inch did drop from $2,600 all the way down to $2,300. That's $300 off. So some pretty substantial drops even on their brand new LG G4. I do believe this has to do with the holiday around July 4th that's going on right now. I'm not sure how long these will be going on for. I'd love if they continue, and hey, who knows, maybe they'll drop even further. However, I want to bring you guys back to that 65-inch LG G3. I don't think this is going to last. I think this is going to go out of stock. We're talking $1,000 off, and then again, potentially maybe even 15% off that with the code. You'll have to try it and tell me if it works in the comments below. But if that is the case, that is a killer deal on the G3. I would certainly be buying that today if I was looking for a 65-inch TV. It's just a great deal for that rock-solid stability that you get out of LG and the crazy brightness out of their MLA panels. But certainly, Samsung is bringing the heat in terms of pricing on their stuff as well. So it depends on what you're looking for, but I think that is the deal of the month right here. Again, I have affiliate links in the description below, but hopefully that helped you guys out. If it did, let me know in the comments below, like the video, and I'll see you guys in my next review. Should be coming up real soon, the full review for the Asus Quantum.OLED 32-inch 4K and the Gigabyte with DisplayPort 2.1 as well as many, many other reviews coming up for TVs, monitors, and even some VR stuff in the future. So be sure to get subscribed for that. Everything display over here on The Display Guy. Whether you're looking to connect a new console, gaming PC, or just need a fast and reliable HDMI cable to connect over long distances, Rupro has you covered with their certified 8K HDMI 2.1 fiber optic cable available in sizes of up to 50 feet and can deliver a perfect full 48 gigabits per second connection over distances other cables could only dream of reaching. And with 48 gigabits per second of bandwidth, it can easily drive 8K 60 FPS or 4K 144 FPS 10-bit HDR video through its ultra-thin, flexible, and durable housing, and it even supports ER. So if you're in the market for a cable that can drive a beautiful new TV or monitor, be sure to check out Rupro on Amazon today.